Hey guys, Matt here. So I did not mean for this video to become the portfolio update for the week, but after putting it together, yeah, it's now the portfolio update for the week. Because first of all, like I can't just not show you this. Like I took such a beating in the market today. As a matter of fact, I took a beating in the market yesterday too, and I took a beating in the market last week. Like the hits just don't stop coming, but especially today. Like right now, this $64,935. This is with me adding $1,500 to the portfolio today because it's the end of the month. I add $1,500 a month, and yeah, we are just getting devastated. Now we are only up 29.08%, and we just got wrecked across the board today. We're gonna talk about that in a second, but Facebook's down heavy. FedEx is down heavy. Now we're below my cost basis, so I need to start watching this price to see if I want to buy a few more shares, but not quite yet. Like we got Revolve, one of my best stocks, down 6%. AT&T and Verizon down. Like AT&T just keeps hitting 52-week lows, which means 5-week lows, and Verizon also keeps hitting 52-week lows almost every single day, which I think that's more than that. I think that's I guess earlier today was worse than that, and it was the lowest that it's been in, I think, 3 years. Like, we just got absolutely destroyed. And the market as a whole today is not doing so well either. Now, we're talking the Dow 30, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and the small caps. Like, everything got equally devastated. Even oil, even gold. It was not a good day for anyone, I guess except for Ether, or people who are holding Pfizer. But it was not a good day at all. And you can see part of the reason right here, which is what we're going to talk about in a second. Now, part of the reason for the drop-off today and the past couple of weeks is the whole variant thing, which I think we all know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go into it any more than that. I mean, because honestly, I'm just kind of sick of it, and I think the world is a little past sick of it as well. Both the variant and, I guess you can say, the world's reaction to it. So that's a big proponent, a big possible proponent in the downturn. I know Jeremy from Financial Education has been talking about tax loss harvesting, which is apparently, I mean, that's a thing, and I believe him. Like we're not gonna know the real reason for any sort of drop off in the market unless we call every single institutional investor in the world and ask them why they sold each stock every single day, but tax loss harvesting sounds really good to me. The variant sounds really good to me. And also the thing that happened today. So yeah, the Fed thing. Now, I know I've talked about this in a few videos, and I know Tom Nash has talked about this in a few videos, but if you've been living under a rock these past 2 years, the market crashed last year due to the whole pandemic thing. It crashed, and the Fed's reaction to it was to start buying bond purchases, like lots and lots of them. And that artificially propped up the market. And so even while the economy itself has been going to the shitter during 2020, the stock market itself was doing really, really well. And a lot of people, like, it's been doing so well that people started doing stupid stuff like buying penny stocks and talking about penny stocks like they couldn't go down. And that worked until inflation became a thing in 2021. And now, I'm not a financial expert. I'm just a guy sitting on an armchair that has opinions, so I'm not an expert at all. I don't know what, the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, is going through all this stuff. I don't have the weight on my shoulders of running the Fed. So I'm not saying I know whether what he's doing is good or bad, but I do know that there were a lot of experts during that time who said that the inflation was not just temporary. Even though Powell said that time and time again, this is just a temporary thing, right? This will go away on its own. But it didn't go away on its own. And while huge cap stocks like Microsoft and Apple and stuff like that continued to go up, we started seeing some real weakness in the market towards anything lower than the biggest cap stocks. We got AT&T, Verizon starting struggling. Penny stocks all fell through the floor. The market just hit a huge downturn, and it kept turning down, and it kept turning down. And inflation just kept getting worse and worse, even while the Fed just continued to say that it's only temporary. It's only temporary. Well, they sort of stopped doing that. So, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell retires the word transitory in describing inflation. The nation's economic steward said it will back off using the word transitory to describe the fast pace of price increases as Federal Reserve policymakers acknowledge the increasing risk of more persistent inflation. So again, I'm not a financial expert, but these people are supposed to be financial experts, and I don't know. I don't know. This may just be the libertarian in me talking, but I kind of just wish the Fed would stay the hell out of economics and let the economy rise or fall on its own, but we all know that's not going to happen. And as a result, the Fed mentioned, now you can pause to read this if you want to, you probably already did. The Fed mentioned that it could speed up its tapering process to end sooner than previously telegraphed. So a few months ago, no, I think a month or two ago actually, the Fed announced that it was going to finally start tapering off its bond purchases, which, you know, despite everything I said about the Fed, and I still believe what I said about the Fed, despite that, I think this is a good move. This is a very smart move. I think that the sooner the Fed can stop these asset purchases so that the economy could break and heal on its own, in my personal amateur opinion, the better. So I think this right here, if this is the reason that the stocks are crashing today, then this is the reason I most certainly welcome. And I hope that, you know, these, that these bond purchases get tapered as soon as possible so we can, you know, get the pain over with and get right back to healing as a wound should heal. So if the stock's dropping today, my stock's dropping today, continues to happen as the Fed's plan goes into fruition, assuming it does follow through on ending those bond purchases quicker than expected, then yeah, keep it coming. Go ahead, crash my stocks. Go ahead, I'll keep buying more. Speaking of buying more, I have been very busy, both today and last week. I bought some ARK last week, I bought some Gevo last week, I bought some AT&T last week, I bought some more Gevo, I bought some Verizon, I added my $1,500, and I bought some ARK today. Now, I got ARK where I want it to be, $4,000 when I first bought ARK. So I am where I want to be as far as the amount I want invested in the stock. However, if the pain continues to drive the stock price down further, I will continue buying more shares. I mean, the problem is I only have so much money, and all these stocks, like stocks I want to buy, are dropping. Like FedEx is dropping, so I got to pay attention to that. Verizon's dropping, Walgreens is dropping. Like, I still want to buy all these stocks, but I only have a limited amount of money. So I'm gonna have to triage a little bit. So I will probably prioritize ARK, Verizon, and Walgreens for now. So yeah, whether it's the Fed thing or whether it's the variant, who knows where the market goes down, but if stocks keep crashing, I'll keep buying. But anyways, take care, have a great day, and eat your vegetables.